My name is Shannon and this is my channel, The Sewing Warehouse, where I talk to you about my dressmaking journey. Welcome to another vlog. I am going to tell you about some little bits I've made during July, but mostly my August plans. But first I'll tell you a little bit how I've been, because I know people like to hear about it and it's been a while. So I'm still very pregnant. It's getting there now, the last few weeks. I am almost on maternity leave, which hopefully means I will get a little bit time for sewing before the baby arrives, because there's some things that I would like to make. But before we get into that, let's get into what I have been making over the course of July. So I think I left it off when I was like a bit halfway through the baby quilt that I'm making. The top is now finished. It has been finished for a while. I'll see if I can put in a picture because I can't show you the whole thing, it's quite big. I haven't bought like backing fabric and wooding yet because I was trying to research what was best, and I also wanted to know like how big it needed to be. And then once I ordered it, it took a long time to get here because the backing fabric I wanted wasn't in stock, and it wasn't going to be in stock until the end of July. So they did offer me a refund, but I said no, I can wait, I've got the time. So it has finally arrived. And the wadding is not that interesting, it's just this white wadding, I think. It's Fleeceline 295. It's not really super thick, but it's not super thin either, so I think that will work nicely. And as a backing fabric, quite interestingly, I went for double gauze. So it's coming off as quite white on the camera, but it's a bit of a off-white color. I think actually it's whiter than I thought it was going to be, but it will work perfectly. It's nice and soft, and it means that I can basically use both sides of the blanket, because obviously the baby can lie nicely on double gauze as well. And then I just got this blue binding. It's kind of like a color that's in the quilt as well. We don't know what we're having gender wise, so blue will do. That is fine. So that's one of the things that's actually going to be my super next project. My next project that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to quilt the blanket and bind it. And I've also got this lovely label from Kylie in the Machine. It says my mama made it. So that I'll just put into it, and the baby will never forget that I made their favorite blanket for them, I'm assuming. The other thing I've been working on in July is my Marnie dress. Now this has been on my to make list for a long time, and the reason I just hadn't got around to making it yet, but I do have a Marnie blouse and it still fits me, except that it becomes quite short over the belly. So I figured now is the time to make the Marnie dress, because I can wear it now, even though with the long sleeves it might be a little bit too warm, and I know it will still fit me after I give birth as well. So I made the version with just all the ruffles and all of everything. So got the pin tucks on the front, the ruffles on the shoulder, pin tucks on the sleeves, and the ruffled neckline, which is quite subtle. It doesn't sit too high, so it's quite nice. So I embroidered flowers on the shoulder ruffles, just to give it a little bit of something, because obviously the fabric is quite plain. So this will give it just a little something. And I hand the bottom with pink thread and a flower motif that's just on my from my sewing machine. And then I use a little bow button on the back from my Just and Wow advent calendar from last year. So yeah, that is completely finished. I've got all the loose threads of it. I didn't give it a final press, but I'm sure it'll be alright. I can wear it now, basically. That's what it is. Another thing that I have been working on in July is my husband's shirt. I wanted to finish it for our anniversary, which I basically did apart from the sleeve hem, because he was away and he's quite particular about the length of his sleeve, so I wanted him to choose that himself. So yeah, those aren't done yet, and the buttons still need to go on as well, button and buttonholes. So that is going to be a thing I will have to do in August, which brings me to my August plans, and that is that I'm going to get whipped, because I have so many work in progress projects, or just projects that I have cut out but not sewn up yet. And since like I don't feel like it makes any sense for me to cut anything new out, because I don't know what my body's gonna do after I give birth, I figured now is the time to work on those work in progress projects. So that's gonna be number one. Another work in progress project is this one. It's the Rochester dress by Maven Patterns, and if I'm not mistaken, it is basically finished, almost finished. So I made the shirt for this before, but not the dress version. I didn't really like the shirt, it was too boxy, but the dress version comes with a belt so I can cinch it in at the waist. As far as I can tell, it is basically almost finished. The hem's already done. Well, it's actually, so as you can see, the neck facing is just sticking out, so that needs, I think that's what I was doing. The neck facing needs understitching, and then obviously folding over and stuff, and I think it's actually finished. It is like, oh, this is going to be like a 10-minute job because the belt's already done as well. Okay, well, that's a lot less work than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, that'll be nice. I don't know if I can still wear it. It's not as wide as the Marnie dress, but I can certainly try. Yeah. So that is project number one. It will be finished maybe the first week even, because it's so finished already. Now I've got more projects cut out, work in progress, than I have with me at the moment. I have more of them in storage, so if I need more, I will definitely get more. The other one I'm looking at is the Closet Core Bryce dress, which is a free pattern, it's a jersey dress. I struggled a little bit with this one because of how it was constructed, and well, the instructions weren't necessarily that clear. But it's basically a tie waist dress. Where's the other tie? See, this is what I mean. Is it the other tie I mean? Oh no, it's here. Yeah, so ties, and that is almost finished as well. I can tell. The split, the slit needs to be sewn down from what I can tell, and all the hemming needs to be done. And I think the hemming, even for the neckline, it is just a job of folding it over and stitching it down. But I'm not sure about that because I don't have any pattern pieces left. So it must be just folding over and sewing down. I need to look at the instructions for that, because maybe I actually need to cut a piece out and then I need to find a remnant that I have. So yeah, that's actually less ambitious than I thought it was going to be, because those projects are almost finished. Also, another thing that I can do is make another. I was going to make my husband another shirt in this fabric, and that is definitely something I can pick up once I finished my work in progress projects that I've just picked out that are like 10 minutes work. And as I said, I'm going on leave, so I'll have hopefully a lot of time for sewing. So yeah, we shall see about that. Now, if you would like to read about what I'm going to be making later on in the season, and all about the trends for the autumn winter 25-26, I will guide you to my blog post that I posted last week that has all the fashion trends and colours and what I am planning to do with them. So I'm going to sign off for now, and happy sewing!